We'd go out to dinner, and he would sit there and write plays on the napkin. He's always thinking. You just can't get the coach out of a man that's done it for most of his life.
There's a game tonight in Cincinnati that millions will be watching. This is the story of one of them. Sam Weiss coached in the NFL for 18 years with heart and soul that carried his team to Super Bowl 23. But this summer, his heart began to fail, and at age 71, doctors gave him only days to live.
We've been married 50 years, and it's just a scary feeling to know he wouldn't be there anymore.
His only chance was a transplant, so he waited and held out hope a miracle would come.
We knew whatever was going to happen, we would accept it.
Just 16 days ago, that miracle finally came. Thanks to the gift of a donor, Sam Weiss got his new heart and a new chance to live.
It was meant to be that he had a heart. You'll get all teary-eyed thinking about it.
It won't be another minute like this, yeah.
Dad, I think you might want to take this.
Hey, Marvin. Hey, Coach. It's good to see you.
There's a game tonight in Cincinnati between the Bengals and the Dolphins. Just like you, Sam Weiss will be watching.
Listen, I'm pulling for you. I love you. We'll be sitting in front of the screen cheering like crazy for you.
You have any advice tonight for us?
Yeah, run the kickoff back. That's the way to get it going.
He'll be watching with all his heart and all his soul.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Wow, is that some powerful piece? God bless you, Coach. Watching tonight down in Pickens, South Carolina. Welcome back, friends, again with Phil, and great to see the coach.
Yeah, great to see him. Every time I see him, you can't help but smile. Just his personality, the way he is, and you know, I'm glad he's doing well. And I'll say this to Coach: glad you're doing well. Sit back and enjoy the game tonight.
He said something about they'd like to see him get off to a fast start, return the opening kickoff. Well, they're going to have that chance because Miami won the toss and elected to defer. So let's see if he's prescient on that one. Tonight's Next Gen Stats presented by Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing. Let's get week 4 started. And you might want to adjust.
No, the colors are right. Yeah.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're not a little confused, are you, with,
No.
with Cincinnati being the team usually in orange? Meanwhile, it's head to toe orange for Miami. They're not going with the teal. You got Adam Jones and Rex Burkhead back deep, waiting for Andrew Franks.
I think I've already told you what I think of those uniforms, but that's something we can say again off here.
Now this kick is going to be returned, and it is Jones. Jones falls down at the 22, 21-yard run back. Let's bring out Andy Dalton. 938 passing yards through 3 weeks. That's tops in the AFC, 3rd overall in the league. And that's the best start he's ever had as far as yardage through 3 games of a season. Of course, went 10-2 last year in games that he started and finished before that Week 14 injury that really derailed the Bengals' very promising season.
Yeah, very promising, and as usual, good offensive line in front of him, always looking for different ways to get the football to A.J. Green. That's the number one thought.
Bill Vinovich.
Encroachment. Defense number 97. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Jordan Phillips busting across, anxious for that first snap. But how much do you think Cincinnati's going to try to attack Miami by going with the ground game here? They've had a hard time stopping the rush.
Well, they've been terrible against the rush. The Cincinnati Bengals have not run the football well, so if you're going to get this running game really clicking, this is the defense to do it against.
Well, there's the fake to Hill. They're rolling out. He's got his target. It's LaFell for a first down out to about the 39. Neville Hewitt on the tackle, getting the start tonight with Koamisi out, as well as Jelani Jenkins. They're missing 2 linebackers, usual starters, this Miami defense.
Yep, Miami's defense, you got to be disciplined. That time they brought in LaFell close. It makes you think it's going to be a run to the right because he protected the left. They caught him with the bootleg pass right off the start.
So after that gain of 11, there's a bubble screen out to Green. And Samuels got tackled at the line of scrimmage, but able to scoot around one defender, and he picks up, let's give him 4. I've heard you talk this week about Marvin Lewis's team last year was set up really to make a Super Bowl run.
Well, I think they thought that was the year. They were playing well on both sides of the football. They had it all rolling. Everything was good. Then Andy Dalton got hurt, and then they made all those mistakes we saw in the playoff game to keep him from winning his first playoff game. But also at practice, Marvin Lewis was just like we saw him there. Intense, coaching everybody on the field. I think the Bengals realize this is a big game for their season here tonight.
They bring in Gio Bernard. He's good out of the backfield in the passing game, as you can see right here. Bernard scoots down the sideline and into Miami territory.
It's just an outside screen. You want to get the football to A.J. Green, but Giovanni Bernard, this is what you want to do to running backs like him. The wide receivers blocking the whole way down the field. A.J. Green and the tight end Uzuma, good block by him to get Bernard those extra yards. This is what this offense is about. A little play action, misdirection, short passing game, and then take the occasional shot deep down the field.
Well, so far 3 plays, 3 completions to 3 different targets. Now from the Dolphins 48. Running for the first time, and it's Hill. Right up the gut for 3.
Well, one thing you can count on when you watch anybody play, there's Ndamukong Suh right there, and double team, and Ken Zambezi, the offensive coordinator for the Cincinnati Bengals, asked him about it. He says, look, of course, anytime you get a shot, our offensive linemen know if there's get the double team on him, don't worry about blocking the linebacker. Make sure he doesn't penetrate and get in the backfield.
Zambezi taking over that role for Hugh Jackson, who, of course, took the job in Cleveland. But part of the system for so long at Cincinnati. And 2nd and 7, Dalton. Back over to LaFell, and that's going to be enough for another first down. And they lost a lot of coaches, this Cincinnati coaching staff. Not just this past year, but in recent years.
Well, here's a hurry-up offense. Yeah, one of those coaches is Vance Joseph, defensive coordinator for the Miami Dolphins. So he was here 2 years as a defensive back coach, so you know he knows this offense very well.
Haven't been able to stop him so far. First down from the 37, and Hill. Look at him keep his balance. Oh, that was impressive. And got close to an 8-yard gain with that one.
Yeah, the one thing about Jeremy Hill, we know he's a really good running back. And Jim, the last time we were here in this stadium, we saw the fumble that led to part of the reason why they lost the playoff game. And when you watch him run so far this year, powerful, quick, but a little guarded. In other words, it's like he's so worried about not fumbling, he can't let his true talent show. That was a good run for him to start the game.
Now at the Dolphins 30, with the second, we'll call it 3 to go. And it's Hill. Again, running up the middle for a first. Running behind Jake Fisher, who came in as an additional lineman. Another 6 picked up by Hill, and he's coming out for Bernard.
Well, they got 6 offensive linemen. They love to do this, the Cincinnati Bengals. So this could not catch this Dolphins defense by surprise. They take their left tackle, Andrew Whitworth, put him to the right. You said they bring in Fisher, last year's second-round draft pick as a tight end, and that's a lot of meat up front for this Miami Dolphins defense to stop.
Another set of downs at the Dolphins, 24. Green wrapped up right away. Good piece of tackling there by Xavier Howard, their second-round pick out of Baylor.
Yeah, a lot of hope for him. They think he's going to be a true number 1 corner where he can match up as time goes on. But Vance Joseph, let me just say this, the defensive coordinator for the Miami Dolphins. He was here for 2 years. Let's see, who did they play last week? Oh, the Cleveland Browns. Hugh Jackson, who came from here. So, short week. What other offense would you want to play than this one, because you should know it very well.
2nd and 10. And Dalton gets out of the pocket and just throws it into the ground. He was being chased by Pasinger.
Really good job. Good time. Good timing that time. Pasinger, number 47, right up the middle. Had the screenplay on. They were not ready for the blitz. Boy, you talk about, hey, we haven't got into the Miami offensive line, but the fact that you're missing 2 of your starting linebackers, you made a change of corner. We said it, a lot of moving parts, a lot to overcome here tonight for this Miami Dolphins team.
So they were picking up chunks down to this point, and 2 straight plays, nothing happening. A 3rd and 10. And incomplete and batted away by Lippett, who got the start tonight for Byron Maxwell.
Yep, he's got everything you want. You know, a former wide receiver, long arms, in the slot. I should say up top of the screen, outside, and that's how you play it. He was inside, used his front arm to knock the football down. Good job by Lippett.
Brings out Mike Nugent, 42-yard attempt. He's 7 out of 8 so far this season.
That's a win for the Dolphin defense.
Huber on the hole, and the Bengals put 3 on the game's first possession. Kept the football for a little over 5 minutes before stalling out at the 24. And we got a flag and a scrum out here on the field. And now they break it up.
After the play was over, personal foul. Team number 50. The 15-yard penalty for timeout.
Let's see what they decide to do with the kickoff now. Being a short field, Branch was the one called for it. Thursday Night Football is brought to you by Mazda. Driving matters. And by KFC's Kentucky Buckets. Pick up a $20 fill-up for game day. KFC, it's finger-licking good. And how about Grater's Ice Cream? Cincinnati tradition, founded here, going all the way back to about 1870. So they're going to kick off from the 50, which brings up the question, what's the strategy here? Early in the season, we've seen a lot of coaches say, just go ahead and drive it to the back of the end zone, force them out to the 25. It seems like a great opportunity to pooch kick and keep them not only not getting to the 25, but maybe even not even out to the 20.
Now, don't get aggravated here before they kick it off, because I know you're like, no, you're right. It's a great chance to pin them inside the 15-yard line, and that's what they did.
All right, so it's fielded by Drake. Kenyon Drake going to get outside. He raced out at the 20. Boy, he flashed some speed there, didn't he? The rookie from Alabama. 17-yard return. Here comes Ryan Tannehill. Threw for over 300 in the win last week against Cleveland. Nobody felt good about that victory last week, but it is a win.
That's right.
And 303 touchdowns he threw in that game.
You know, they don't give you anything extra for style points. So win the game, move on, correct the mistakes.
Heck of a game plan that Hugh Jackson put up against him, and they had a chance to win it with a field goal at the end that was
here we go.
missed.
1 tight end, 4 wide receivers out here for the Miami Dolphins, trying to catch this Bengals defense by surprise, and they did.
Boy, spread it out big time.
They're having a hard time lining up. Can they block them?
Tannehill's pass is complete over to Landry. His 25th grab early in this season. He was tied with Antonio Brown through the first 3 weeks, with most in the league. That's a gain of 7. And perfect returns to the field, and he brings a lot to this group.
Yeah, no question. You know he got the trouble he had last year. First off, what an idea by Adam Gase to come out with this 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Are they going to blitz it knowing they cannot pick it up because everybody is spread out?
Perfect is right over the center here. Now drops back as Tannehill pumps it and goes long, and he's got Kenny Stills, who's going to take it for the touchdown. 74 yards.
Caught him in a blitz. That's what he did that time. And Kenny Still, that's what he wanted to do. And that's what you have to do. Offensive lines beat up. A lot of adversity. Here he comes down the field. Watch this move. Looks across and then just breaks the route. This was not designed. That was just a good read by Kenny Still. I can't imagine Boy, Ryan Tannehill, the one thing I heard Dan Marino make a comment about a preseason game, people do not talk about his throwing arm enough. He can move it down the field, and you saw that football, perfect spiral, right on target.
74 yards to Stills, who once again knelt during the national anthem tonight along with his teammate Michael Thomas. But he had a drop up in Seattle week 1 that was going to be a sure touchdown. Tonight, he got 3 in that secondary. There was confusion with that spread attack at the beginning, wasn't there?
Yep. They made an adjustment, and it was the wrong adjustment. What a move by Kenny Still and the quarterback.
How about this? In the last 8 Dolphin road games going back to last season, they had not scored a touchdown. That's including this game coming into this. They had not scored in the last 8 road games a first quarter touchdown. They've been outscored 65-3. And tonight, on their second snap, the Dolphins break one, 74 yards in the touchdown. So talk about poor starts on the road. Well, tonight in the first quarter, they strike it big time.
Here we go. Here's Kenny Stills going to run down here and do this. Why is he open? Watch George Iloka goes for the in cut on the top of your screen. Tannehill wants to throw it, doesn't like it, pulls off of it. Boy, way to keep moving. Don't give up on the play by the quarterback and the wide receiver.
And this was Stills and Thomas before the game.
Well, we talked about it. You want to shake it up. You want to give your team some energy. I'd say Adam Gase did it with those formations and those throws.
Oh, bat it down. As Mario Williams has got a hand on it. Quick pass.
That was a screen to the left. And then Andy Dalton had the choice to throw the quick slant if he wanted it. And big number 94 happy to be back in a defense where he's outside rushing the quarterback. You know, one thing, when you look at this Miami Dolphins team, they haven't really done it yet. But if they can get ahead, they have a lot of good pass rushers. The problem is, so far this year, most of the time they've been behind.
Second and 10. And the toss to the short side to Hill. He spins and then is ridden down by Jordan Phillips. Let's go down to the sideline, and it's here from Tracy.
Well, Jim, already an injury for the Cincinnati Bengals. Halfback Rex Burkhead doubtful with a left hamstring injury, Jim.
He got hurt on the opening kickoff. Burkhead, who can, when needed, he can step up and do a lot of different things. And now you see Hill shaken up as well. All they have is Giovanni Bernard, who's flanking Dalton for a 3rd and 3. Over to Bernard, and that is Alonzo on him immediately for no gain.
That's why he's there. He's a middle linebacker. Kiko Alonso, number 47, fast, really good in the pass game. And, you know, look, very smart by the Cincinnati Bengals here early. Get rid of the football. Don't let guys like Cameron Wake, Jason Jones, and Sue inside become a big part of the game.
Kevin Hubert to punt it away. Jakeem Grant is a rookie returner out of Texas Tech. See if they can do something. A wiggle, nowhere to go. Good punt by Hubert. Angled. Traveled 48 yards. Stills. This time, unlike week 1, he hauls it in for the touchdown. Here's the question. Which can will be the winner? Vote now at NFL.com/Bud Light.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say, I don't know. These cans don't resemble these uniforms. So I don't know. I'm confused.
Yeah.
They look great on TV. You can see it, but this offensive line of the Miami Dolphins, we couldn't believe it last night when Adam Gase told us where everybody was going to play and what they were doing. You just, hey, it's part of the league. Injuries. They had a good opening drive. That's what I know.
Run by Williams. And he's tripped up after 3. NFL Game Day First is first on the field with live stadium reports and the latest fantasy updates. NFL Game Day First, Sunday at 7 a.m. live on NFL Network. Dolphins virtual no huddle here.
Yep, a lot of things to look at here. Keep this defense off balance, because when you look at Carlos Dunlap, Geno Atkins, who they're going against, you think they would win these battles. So that's why the play calling's got to be sharp, quick, and keep them guessing.
Hill with time, and that's batted down. Domata Peko. Been around a long time now, 11 years, and he got a hand on it.
Yep, hard to move him right in the middle of the screen. Number 94, going against one of the new starters, Craig Urbeck. He's a veteran center, so that's a good thing, having some veterans come in and replace Billy Turner at left guard instead of Laramie Tunsil. Oh, and Laramie Tunsil now playing left tackle instead of left guard.
Yeah, Urbeck, the center, formerly with the Bills. He's an experienced player, was supposed to be a backup, but Mike Pouncey is not back yet. Could be back for game number 5. Here's a 3rd and 8, and that's batted down. Vincent Ray doing a nice job of stepping in front of Kenny Stills.
Yeah, he's having a terrific season, Vinny Ray. When you talk about him, 57. Plays it inside out, right in the middle of your screen. And boy, good spot. Read it right. It's been terrific against the run and also the pass.
Matt Darr is the Miami punter. He had a nice game against the Browns, including a crucial punt after Miami failed to do anything with his first series in overtime. He pinned Cleveland deep, averaging 48 yards of punt. Let's see if Adam Jones can do anything with it. Oh, he has to backpedal big time and watches it bounce and go out of bounds. Beautiful kick by Darr. 66 yards. Andy Dalton coming back out, down 7-3. Cats tomorrow night. Good luck to everybody. So Hill is still on the bench. He got nicked on that last series, so Bernard, usually their 3rd down back on most occasions. They've already got an injury to Burkhead. There's Bernard in traffic and finding a quick 6 or 7. And Tracy, what's the update?
Well, Jeremy Hill, as you mentioned, still standing here on the sideline. He has his helmet on. I watched the athletic trainers deal with his left shoulder, a little bit of his neck as well, maybe a stinger, but they will not put out an official word because they say he is okay and good to go back in, Jim.
Yeah, looks like he's ready to get back in there for sure.
You know, Giovanni Bernard, I know he doesn't look that big, and he's not as big as Jeremy Hill, but he can still run the power runs inside like we just saw, and Ryan Hewitt, 89. Boy, what a block.
Here's the play action fake. Dalton steps up away from the pressure, and he goes deep. Green is down there. Oh, he caught it. Right over Howard. It was a jump ball.
Jump ball, perfect coverage. Nobody's fooled. What can you do? This is what happens when you have guys in this league. We talk about it every week. Just throw it up, give them a chance. And it's catch it, it's incomplete, or you draw a penalty a lot of times too. So,
well, in a jump ball, Green against almost any defensive back, I'd take Green.
Yeah, well, you know, they can see the ball, they can't be touched.
Here's Bernard, stutter step and goes, and then Powell driven back on the double whammy.
Shad Jones up in there.
Yeah,
well, he is
Caduce as well.
Yep, both good, strong safeties. But Jones last year as a safety, this is good and bad. He got over 100 tackles. That's great for him. That's bad for your team.
No, you don't want those kind of numbers out of your safety.
But he's just everywhere. You've seen he blitzes near the line of scrimmage. He can do everything. And Andy Dalton start 7 for 10.
2nd and 4. This time they block up the center of the field, including Mario Williams bringing Bernard down for no gain. With NFL Game Pass, watch the games you missed with condensed games in 45 minutes or the full broadcast versions. Start a free trial at NFL.com/Game Pass today.
This is a situation where Marvin Lewis just kind of complains about, hey, we drive the ball, that's great. but we never punch it in enough for his liking. Of course, no coach is going to be happy unless they do it 100% of the time.
3rd and 4.
Double blitz, picked up well.
Stiff arm, and all the way inside the 10. Boy, he just beat Howard on the jump ball, and this time he traveled Howard with him for an additional 7 or 8 yards with the stiff arm. Gain of 19.
Go down the center and watch Giovanni Bernard, number 25, get their blocks. This is the old double-A gap blitz, and it was picked up perfectly. And A.J. Green gets to go across the field. Nobody in front of him and wide open.
1st and goal at the 7. Dalton over 100 yards in this opening quarter.
That blitz was created here in Cincinnati by Mike Zimmer, so they better be able to pick it up.
Takes it to the line, looks end zone, looking for options. Looking, and it is incomplete. Going to LaFell.
I think it was a play-action fake, trying to throw it over the middle. Saw it wasn't there, trying to go to A.J. Green. And I think the Dolphins find it out quickly here. He wanted to go to A.J. Green first. He was covered, then he rolled out to the right and threw it to LaFell. But Andy Dalton runs the football, especially against defenses that blitz man-to-man. You got to keep him in the pocket.
Here's a quick toss. And is in for the touchdown. Broke away from Tony Lippett. Shook off the DB and took it to the house.
I mean, the off coverage, it's a run play, or it can be a quick throw to the outside. And A.J. Green, they throw so many short passes to him, and this is why. He can break tackles, and once he does, look out.
His first touchdown since week 1 against the Jets.
Hey, he looks strong, doesn't he? He's just like overpowering the coverage, breaking tackles.
His first touchdown since becoming a dad. Had a son, Easton Ace, born here in the last week. He set it up with a 51-yard catch and then got the final 7 yards for the touchdown.
On the next episode of The Timeline, 2 Steel City nightmares and the moment they both exceeded their wildest dreams.
It was the start of something no one saw coming.
The Timeline, Night of the Living Steelers, Wednesday at 8 on NFL Network.
It was a 90-yard drive, 77 of the 90 picked up on 3 receptions by A.J. Green. And his fellow draft classmate of 2011, Andy Dalton, his first red zone touchdown pass in 18 throws in the red zone this season.
Yep. Listen, we said it, and I do think Ken Zampese, the offensive coordinator, talking to A.J. Green, has done a really good job so far this year, just trying everything he can to give him situations to catch the football. That's what you do to stars.
Ooh. Better be careful as close to coming out.
Yep, ball did not get out. That was a good job. Half the football stayed in. It has to come all the way out.
That's Kenyon Drake.
The ruling on the field is a touch block. The entire ball has to get out of the end zone for it to be a safety.
Okay.
Just as you said it, Phil. And he was trying to get a little counseling here from Grant, the rookie, 2 rookies back here.
That's a good call. The football none of the football really got out. It touched the white line, but never got into the green. The football hangs in the air at all now. Stay in the end zone.
I'm actually surprised to see how often now guys
try to bring it out.
Trying to bring it out and don't get to the 25. Not even close many times. Ajayi is the running back. He scored the winner in overtime Sunday against the Browns. Here he is running the football. Nice Nice piece of running, too. Picks up 12. Let's take a look at the next-gen stats presented by Mercedes-Benz.
Well, it's about Jarvis Landry. Why do they throw him so many short passes? They average 7.8 yards in the air, 67th in distance in the NFL, but they do it because he's great after the catch. Because he's so strong, looks like a running back. Said it earlier, he can break tackles. Got enough speed to break away if he gets a chance.
Ajayi gets a second run in a row. And 3 Bengals pile up on him, including Pecco.
Now you look at his defensive front. Geno Atkins, Domata Pecco. Tough to move him around. Going to be hard to run inside, especially since you've got your offensive line moved around and missing a few key opponents.
Second and 9, and pass is caught to Ajayi for a gain of a couple. That's all. Back down to Tracy.
Well, Jim, Marvin Lewis said you would have to lock Vontaze Burfict in a trunk to keep him from playing today. But he also told me he will not play the whole game because it's his first action since the 4th week of training camp. You can tell he's still getting up to speed. A lot of questions down here on the sideline, Jim.
Well, he sprinted to the sideline because Miami goes hurry up on 3rd and 6. Bengals defense flooding the line. And it might have been a jump early by Johnson of Cincinnati. Here's the crossing pattern. And the immediate tackle on Stills. Might have been a free down there for Tannehill. Looked like Michael Johnson may have moved early.
Yep, no doubt. Third and short.
Offside. Defense number 90. 5-yard penalty. Repeat 3rd down.
You know, Jim, we'll go back to what Tracy said. Vontaze, but we'll see the jump off size by number 90. Really, Marcus Hunt moves, made Michael Johnson move. But Vontaze Burfict, typical him. We knew what he did last year. The personal foul, which really hurt him in that playoff game. But after 3 plays on Monday of just standing on the field, he looked at Marvin Lewis and said, "Hey, Coach, I'm ready. I can go the whole game." So his enthusiasm, his leadership, that's a big part of being a good player for him.
3rd and 1. Tannehill pass a little too high for Gray. He was open and would have clearly had the first down.
Had what he wanted, but he was a little careful with the throw because of 96. Carlos Dunlap is every bit of 6'6" coming up the field. Watch to the right side, number 96 gets up the field. Slows Gray down just enough, but
Erickson is the returner on this occasion for Cincinnati. And Dart, 66-yard punt the first time. This one bounces for a touchback into the end zone. 10-7 Cincinnati leading in this one. Your thoughts so far at the beginning of this one?
Well, terrific start for the Miami Dolphins. They couldn't hope for anything more, but I think you see already here a couple things. The offensive line being reshuffled puts them at a disadvantage, but the defense, is it going to get overpowered? The last drive they got overpowered, so they got to find a way to hang in there.
Well, they'll be taking over here at the 20. Dalton drove him 90 yards the last time. Jeremy Hill is back in the game. Here he is carrying the load. And he gets pushed forward. It takes Sue with him. Bodine drove the pile to help his teammate get an extra couple of yards. How about most rush touchdowns in the league since the start of 2014? It's Jeremy Hill, number 1. Then DeMarco Murray. And then Cam Newton.
Yeah, Cam Newton was that's pretty amazing. Jeremy Hill, though, is a good runner. And already the Dolphins, that last first down play, they played run. They crowded the line of scrimmage. They still got mushed for about 4 yards. But they're going to stop the run game. They're going to have to crowd the line of scrimmage and take some chances in pass coverage.
And it might have been Zeitler that time who moved.
Ball start. Offense number 68. 5-yard penalty. Still second out.
And we were looking at all those touchdowns by Hill since the start of 14. He had 2 last week in the game against the Broncos. They say around Cincinnati, though, that fumble,
yes,
it has driven him to come out this year and have just a huge season. The quarter's going to come to an end here.
Well, the big thing is, got to get over it. I think he has. And like I said, you can't worry about fumbling the football every time you carry it.
Cincinnati leads at 10-7 after the first quarter. We'll return after these messages. You're watching Thursday Night Football.
Tonight, the guys recap all the first half action with highlights and analysis and get you ready for the second half. The Lexus Halftime Report, tonight, live on NFL Network.
Back with you in Cincinnati. Jim Nance, Phil Simms, Tracy Wolfson, and Jay Feely on a very nice evening here. There was some concern it might be a bit of a washout, but the heavy rains were really here last night. You came to the ballpark saying, great night for the quarterbacks.
Oh, yeah, moisture in the air, man. That football feels great in your hands. Now if you can just keep all the big guys off of you so you can throw it. You know, I had an experience. Everywhere I walked in town this week, people were yelling things at me, and I was like, why are they so mad at me? And I figured it out.
They thought you were Boomer?
They thought I was Boomer. Bingo. That away.
They were actually saying very nice, pleasant things about you. Second and 11. The draw to Bernard goes nowhere.
Well, in the famous words of Don Coryell, let's get the ball to the big guy. And the big guy here in Cincinnati is A.J. Green. Gets the jump ball, you blitz, he makes a fake crossing the field. And then you realize how strong he is when you kind of go up there and try to tackle him around the legs. He's tall, in great shape, but a lot stronger than people think.
Already 5 catches for 80 and the touch. It's a 3rd and 12. And that's well defended that time by Lippett, the man who failed to tackle Green on the 7-yard touchdown. That time he broke it up.
Yep, good job by him that time. And look, they just had to put him in there last week. Byron Maxwell just had a tough time, and they just figure if we're going to go out there, we're going to go with a young guy, and we've seen him make a couple good plays already here tonight, Jim.
Well, that's something Adam Gase has been saying this week. Hey, either you perform or you're going to get benched.
Yep.
Late in the game last week, he took out Juwan James, right tackle. See, he got beaten on a couple of plays. Here's Grant. 5'6" rookie from Texas Tech. A little history of returners out of Texas Tech. Wes Welker.
It was pretty good.
Danny Amendola. We've got mic'd up tonight. Rashad Jones of Miami, Brandon LaFell of Cincinnati. Here's what they had to say a series ago.
Hey, we got to stop right now. We got to get off the field. Get off the field. That's why you AJ Green, boy. Hey, you got to be physical 18. You strong, bro. Oh. I needed that one.
That was great. You got to be physical at 18, but what do you say? Because he's strong.
Mike's 5'5". Mike's 5'5".
Slip through those tackles.
Yep. Strong and quick.
So after a 50-yard punt, an 11-yard run back by Grant. Good starting point here for Miami. From the 43 and knocked down by Burfict. To make it clear, Tracy had the report. You added to it. He was suspended not just for what happened in that Pittsburgh playoff game, but it was for repeated violations of the NFL safety rules.
Yeah, we talked about it. Really could have been the play that cost him the game. That and another personal foul, but heard Dion talking before the game. He truly is the quarterback of the defense, the inspirational leader. He's a tremendous football player. That's why he's out there playing, overcoming some of these problems that you have talked about.
And Shawn Williams bumps out Isaiah Peed after a pickup of 4. Look at Miami again going no huddle. Going shotgun with 4 wides. Loading up the right-hand side.
Well, they worked on this hurry-up offense a lot in the preseason. I wondered if they would do it tonight just because of the line shakeup. But so far, Ryan Tannehill has had some decent time to throw the football.
He's got a 3rd and 6. And they go draw with Bean, and what a tackle. That's Carlos Dansby, longtime veteran. In his 13th year, he read that one out.
Yeah, he did. They tried to get him here years ago to be a Cincinnati Bengal, but he went to Cleveland. Watch 56. He goes, oh, I hear what you're saying. Got the code words. That is great.
Excuse me for eavesdropping.
Yeah, that's right. I want to hear what's happening, and watch how fast he reacts. Makes the tackle. Great play.
Not a deep punt, but a lot of hang time, and it earns a fair catch by Erickson. Miami did nothing with that field position. And the Bengals coming back out. Up a field goal here. 2nd quarter. Thursday night football. Brought to you by Bud Light. Beer with your team on it. And by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. Lighting a path to the future. Chris, Pav, our buddies, this crew that has been traveling all over these first 4 weeks of the season. Our 6th game in 18 days. It's been fun.
I'm glad you were in good shape to hang in there.
Yeah, right. Barely. From the 16. And Hill, the running back. Here's Dalton. Back to Green. That's a little late, maybe. Does not merit a flag, they say. There is. Now there is a flag. Green's looking a little gimpy there, Phil.
Yep. Couldn't see the hit because so many people on the sideline.
There's no foul on the play. He actually continued inbounds, went out of bounds. It was not a double action.
Well, good quick throw to the outside. The pushing did start, and it was borderline, but if you ask me, I'm glad they picked up the flag.
James Wright has come in as an extra receiver. And the play picked up 7. That's Hill trying to bounce around, find anything, but he's tackled behind the line for a loss of 2.
You know, this run defense has been terrible this year, but one guy that's done well up front is Ndamukong Suh. He's played strong for Vance Joseph. He gets double teamed. It's amazing because everything moves so fast out there, but they find a way to double team him, it seems like every single play.
AJ.
If they're double teaming him, Jim, somebody else has got to step up.
Green is back out on the field. After missing one play, he's stacked up on the left-hand side on the wing. It's a 3rd and 5. And there he is again. Had plenty of separation from Lippett, who never got near him. Finally tackled by Michael Thomas. And another 15 picked up by Green, who's over 100.
Yeah, you know, some different things. Here's A.J. Green is going to go across the field here. And I'll just tell you, I've done a lot of games with the Bengals playing, and they don't do this a lot. So this has got to catch the Dolphins a little by surprise. Usually he lines up outside. It's quick throws to the outside or deep down the field. So Lippett, that is tough.
First down carry, and Hill spins away, and he's still on his feet. And look at Andy Dalton out there helping to shield one defender. And there's another throwdown on the sideline by Abdul Kudus. Picks up 2. That previous play to that, Green's 7th catch for 102 yards and a touchdown. And we still have just barely inside 11 minutes to go in the first half.
Good strong run by Jeremy Hill. Broke the tackle of Mario Williams. You know, the one thing we haven't said yet, these runs, look at the total yards, boy, A.J. Green, but the linebackers for the Dolphins got to step up in there and make some tackles.
2nd and 8. And pulled in again by Green, who's having a monster start to this one. Another 21 on that catch.
Well, they got him backed up. They're worried about the pass. Nobody underneath, and you got just, there you go, look at it. You're going to see the bottom of your screen. Here he comes across the field. A.J. Green, look at the throwing lane. Good job by Andy Dalton, making sure the middle linebacker was not part of the play by looking just a little bit to the right, turning and firing it to A.J. Green.
First down at the Miami 40. Take the end around, go up the middle. And again, it's been tough sledding here the last 3 carries for Hill. That one loses 1. By the way, next Thursday, your weekend starts right here. The Cardinals take on the Niners from Santa Clara and head out to the NFC West. Arizona and San Francisco, Thursday Night Football on CBS, NFL Network, and Twitter.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that production meeting with Bruce Arians, of course, because it's just, what's the word for it? Free-flowing.
It is entertaining.
It's entertaining.
2nd and 11. Coming it off. Over the top. Zuma with the catch. This is an offense that's been operating without its starting tight end, Tyler Eifert, missing action for the 4th consecutive week.
Yeah, they talk about it, but listen, everybody has players missing in the NFL. There's Eifert, but I will say this, when he's in there, it changes the defense. The defense is against this Bengals offense. It gives A.J. Green, he doesn't need it tonight, he's getting plenty of chances, but especially down in near the end zone where they can throw it up to the tight end.
Oh, look at him, 13 touchdown catches last year. Injured an ankle playing in the Pro Bowl last year and still hasn't recovered from the surgery from that. Might be back against Dallas next week. 3rd and about a foot. And they stuff him here. Now what do you do?
I think you go for it. I don't think you hesitate. You've got a Dolphins defense. We've talked about it many times. 2nd worst in the NFL, stopping the run. You got a veteran offensive line, the Cincinnati Bengals do, so. And Ryan Hewitt, number 89, having a terrific year, the fullback, blocking.
4th and less than a yard. It's Hill. Cutting outside. And his 2nd effort's going to get it for him. Broke away from Alonzo. And then had to make a spin move.
Tico Alonso couldn't get there.
They signal first down.
Yep, it is. Good job by Jeremy Hill. Just working, keep moving, spinning, got it done.
Hill comes out. That was quite an effort to pick up that half a yard for the first.
Big power back, can break tackles. That's what he did that time.
10th first down of the game for Cincinnati versus only 2 for Miami. First down, looking to throw. Dalton steps up. On target. Zuma has the catch. Gain of 19.
Andy Dalton doing this more this year than I've seen him. And I mean, he's always been a good mover, but he was going to run until he sees, his tight end wide open, Uzuma. And the secondary having a hard time staying with the receivers. No pass rush. And Ndamukong Suh, here he comes. Oh, another double team. What a shot.
Dalton 5 for 5 on this drive. Got a first down at the 11. Going to go with Bernard. And he's hit down low initially by Mario Williams. Gain of 1.
Well, you look at this, and I was going to talk about it. The right tackle for the Bengals, Cedric O'Brahy, is in his 2nd year from Texas A&M. Didn't get playing time last year, just a little bit. But if they could get in passing situations, Cameron Wake would line up against him over there. That's a tough matchup for a young tackle who had to block Von Miller last week. But they can't get in these obvious passing situations.
2nd and 9. They get a quick hit on Bernard. He's never able to get it in gear. And another tackle behind the line by the Dolphins defense. How about total plays? Miami 12 for the entire game. Wow. Bengals 12 on just this drive. 35 overall for the night. 35 to 12.
Well, it's pretty apparent just watching the game to sit at home. It is here in person. Just the Bengals they're the stronger, more powerful team.
Facing a 3rd and 9.
And once again, Miami, a lot of plays on defense the first 3 weeks. Keeping that pace going here tonight again.
Here's Dalton from the pocket. Flings in and is caught. Uzuma has it at the 4, but it's going to be 4th down, and Nugent already coming out onto the field.
Well, that time we got what we wanted, or they did. Here comes Cameron Wake to the outside, almost gets there, makes Andy Dalton step up, and the throw is just off target. Could have saved a touchdown that time. Just a pass rush of Cameron Wake.
So just a chip shot field goal coming up for Nugent. 22 is the distance, having already converted from 42 in the first drive of the night. Nugent, good again. 9 out of 10 on the season. Still a 1-score game, though. 4 minutes to go first half. That drive took almost 8.5 minutes, and it produced a field goal. Adam Gase, 38-year-old head coach of the Dolphins. His 4th game on the sidelines.
Look at that time of possession, 20 minutes to 5.
Marvin Lewis was 44 when he was hired here in Cincinnati in 2003. That year, back in 03, Gase was a scouting assistant in Detroit.
Well, we asked him, well, what was it like being a head coach? He says, not a lot of difference. Like being a coordinator, except
the return goes nowhere at all. Damian Williams, only a 15-yard return. Feels like it should be much higher than 13-7 lead.
2 good stops to hold the field goals by Miami's defense.
The Dolphins has taken the lead. You can vote now at NFL.com/Bud Light. Dolphins scoring on their 2nd snap of the game. 74 yards, Tannehill to Stills. But then after that, punt. Again, a total of just 12 snaps so far in this game with 4 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter. So far, Jarvis Landry with just 1 catch, which came on Miami's first down of the evening. Here's a handoff to Ajayi. Ajayi able to rumble for another first. He's ripped off 2 nice runs so far. That one for 11.
Good job on the left side. Billy Turner, 77, and Laramie Tunsil. The one thing Adam Gase did say, he goes, look, this Laramie Tunsil, we're playing him at left guard just to get our 5 best guys out there. Brandon Albert has been the starting offensive tackle, but he goes, we're not worried about him. They think he'll do a great job getting his first start in left tackle.
Albert, they said, has really helped him get ready for it. Here's Ajayi. He's working hard again. Picks up 4. Good morning, football. NFL Network's fresh new way to start your day. Tomorrow, Clay Matthews joins the show to discuss the state of the Packers. Good morning, football tomorrow, 7 a.m. on NFL Network. Our guy Peter Schrager.
Peter Schrager's on there, yeah. He's
good.
All dapper, got his hair all slicked back.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
TV star?
TV ruins a lot of people.
Not him.
Well, not him.
One of the really good guys. 2nd and 6. Ajayi for the 3rd straight time, and Carlos Dunlap says, nope, not on this one.
Well, Vontaze Burfict, what has he done tonight? Number 55, good pass coverage, slows it down. Here he is over the middle, reads it, knocks it down. So 2 pretty good plays. Well, I think Tracy Wolfson said it right. You could even see in that picture, he's breathing hard.
Third down, 5 to go as we approach the 2-minute mark. Tannehill, here comes pressure. Ball on the ground, recovered by Pecco.
Well, Carlos Dunlap against Juwan James. That was a matchup we were trying to look at tonight. Coming around the right side, 96. Just keeps working, really. Pretty good job by James, but Tannehill did not feel the pressure and did not see anybody open to get rid of the football quick, and there was nobody open down the field. But you know, you've been hit a lot, you've been under pressure. Oh, you got to keep two hands on that football at all times, too, in the pocket.
That last one showed just how impossible it was to hold on to that football. As Dunlap stripped it, sets up Cincinnati at the 27. That's Hill.
Wow, what a tackle by Jones.
Yeah, Jones in on that one. It'll bring us to the 2-minute warning. Will Cincinnati cash in on the takeaway? Up 13-7. Coming up next, it's the Lexus halftime report with JB and Coach Cowher and Dion breaking down all the first half action, plus a special Super Bowl 51 announcement coming up on the Lexus halftime report. Coach Cowher still working the refs.
Probably still complaining about a game back when he was coaching. The difference now is he's a little more under control and he doesn't, well, what's the word? Spit water out there.
Oh, okay.
Talk. Yeah, I'm trying to.
Not spraying.
Spraying water. There you go.
Okay. 2nd and 8. And Bernard. It's going to come back. Looked like Tyler Boyd, the rookie, threw an illegal block.
Pass interference. Offense number 83. Blocking downfield. 10-yard penalty. Repeat second.
Yep, blocking downfield before the football was caught.
Here you see Marvin Lewis. When you've got Marvin and Bill Cowher in the same building, these two actually go back to when they were just little kids playing pee-wee football. They were 8 years old when they were first competing against each other in a scrimmage. In high school, they were friends in camp and later met up again with Marty Schottenheimer in the NFL. Great friends. 2nd and 18. Nice catch again. Uzuma, his 4th reception, goes for 10. They look at the first half possession chart here for the Bengals. Their 2 field goal drives took up 13 and a half minutes total. They drove deep and settled for just the kicks.
Yep, good job of the defense once again. The Miami Dolphins defense needs help from their offense to get off the field and get rested up.
So 3rd and 8. Puts the pressure. Dalton pass. It is incomplete. Uzuma tried to reel it in a couple of times. And Nugent instead will be out for another field goal try. Hasinger defending.
Yep, Hasinger, very good coverage inside out. Perfect throw by Andy Dalton.
1:11 to go in the half. Miami will.
Domata Pekole getting on the field for the field goal unit.
Miami will have still 3 timeouts. Maybe can do something before the intermission. 43-yard kick. Done up on the left half mark. And Nugent's kick is good. 3 points off the turnover. And 13 unanswered by the Bengals. 3 kicks by Nugent, a touchdown pass to A.J. Green.
Famous icon and co-star in countless movies open to the world on a Thursday. Just imagine what will happen this Thursday when the Cardinals clash with the 49ers. Anything can happen on Thursday. Thursday Night Football, next Thursday at 8 on NFL Network, CBS, and streaming on Twitter.
Coming up again, the Lexus halftime report. JP and the coach going over some of their thoughts. There's Dion. We're all getting set for the Lexus halftime report. That's his daughter.
DeAndre and Dion. It's good being Deion Sanders, man,
What, he'll flash a smile that's as good as anyone's. those years of working him long ago in the studio.
Yeah.
Great friend. Grant takes the knee. And let's see if Tannehill is up to something here with all of his timeouts and a little more than a minute to go.
Yeah, since the first drive, Miami 34 yards, Cincinnati 191, and 3 timeouts to go for each team. So this will be interesting. Miami needs a first down. Well, Marvin Lewis, if they do not pick up yards on first down, like if they run it, well, of course he's going to call his timeout, I think, to maybe give his team one more chance with the football. Little game management here by both coaches.
And this offense has barely been on the field. Tannehill, 3 out of 7. 1 catch by Stills for the touchdown, 1 catch by Landry, no catches for Parker. And that is Williams running with the football for a gain of 7, maybe 8.
Good job by the left guard. Billy Turner jumping into action, leading the way up in there. But Adam Gase knows one speed. That's fast. So they're going to go with it here and see if they can get a drive to get some points before half.
Clock running at 40. Tannehill. Chased after and got it away. Right between 2 members of that Cincinnati secondary. Geno Atkins was making life miserable for Tannehill.
Yeah, Billy just talked about Billy Turner. And Geno Atkins pushes him, then grabs him and pulls. This is what I always talk about. Sometimes it's not a sack, but it almost could have caused an interception. Pressure on the quarterback makes them throw it to places they don't want that football to go to.
So 3rd and 2 with 35 seconds. Well protected on this one, and it's tipped. Almost intercepted off that deflection. Josh Shaw almost got there in time. It was Dunlap who tipped it up into the air, and now the Bengals will get the ball back with all of their timeouts.
It's like Too Tall Jones on the right side. Carlos Dunlap just knows he's not going to get to the quarterback, so he backed up and watched Ryan Tannehill and just timed the jump.
Ooh.
Because if it's not tipped, it's going to be a first down. And Miami's defense is going, are you kidding me? We got to go out there again?
Darn. Boots it to Erickson. Got a running lane off his right side, and they close in on him very quickly. And he's brought down by Gray after an 11-yard run back. 17 seconds. Andy Dalton thrown for 197 yards in this first half.
Yeah, good job by him. Tannehill 3 for 9. I'm going to talk about this Miami defense. As I watch the game, I'm not really looking at numbers. I just feel like their defense is getting pushed around. But Jim, they've only given up 43 yards rushing here tonight. So second worst in the NFL coming into the game, but they've been hurt by the pass.
So they're just going to be satisfied with the 16-7 lead. Take a knee and head into the locker room. Other than giving up the big play on Miami's second snap, it's been all Cincinnati tonight.
All Cincinnati so far, no question.
So that's the end of the first half with the score. Cincinnati 16, Miami 7. We'll be back with the Lexus halftime report after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching Thursday Night Football on NFL Network.
NFL Thursday Night Football presents the Lexus Halftime Report. And here's your host, James Brown.
Halftime here in Cincinnati, the Bengals are leading the Dolphins 16-7. Statistical domination by the Bengals in the first half. That man, A.J. Green, 8 receptions, 123 yards, and a score. Coach, it's been an impressive first half for him.
It really has. I mean, A.J. Green, he's been the first half. He has 123 yards. The whole Miami Dolphin offense only has 122 yards, Leon. But really, the bottom line, this Miami defense has held them to field goals. You sense maybe they've missed Tyler Eifert, the ability to finish these drives. And for the Miami offense, they're 0-5 on third down. They can't get any continuity outside of that one big play that they had Kenny Steele with on the second play of the game.
Dolphins fans
are sitting at home thinking, you have one receiver that we're aware of, and that's A.J. Green. How can you allow this one guy to beat us? And on the other side of the ball, Tannehill, if you take away the big play for 77 yards, 74 yards, you only have, 3 for 8? Oh my God, 2 for 8? Are you kidding me? This is pathetic. They need to at least try to just continue to run the football. They're eliminating the run from the Cincinnati Bengals. They're not doing a bad job. Just come out, regroup at your game plan, and take away A.J. Green.
I like Adam Gase's approach early in this game. He spread them out, throw the ball quick, get some runs in there. They get the ball started in the second half. They're only 2 scores down. In spite of all this dominance by Cincinnati, they're still only 9 points down.
Would I be accused of nepotism if I say C.J. Uzomah has tried to help out, but for that last round? Tomorrow at 9 on NFL Network, he was the game's most entertaining star, but his reputation became his toughest opponent. A football life. Chad Johnson, all new tomorrow at 9 p.m. only on NFL Network.
I want to watch that Chad Johnson football life. I hope I ain't in it.
They got tackle and defense.
Touchdown. Quick toss. And Green breaks the tackle and is in for the touchdown. (16-7) is the halftime score. Miami managed only 104 total yards, with 74 coming on that one throw to Kenny Stills. Let's check out tonight's first half superhero presented by Marvel's Luke Cage on Netflix. Big star of the first half, A.J. Green. Dalton has found him 8 times for 123 yards and a touchdown. They have not been able to stop A.J. Green. And it's 16-7. Consider again that other than the one play, Miami managed only 30 yards the rest of the half.
Well, Miami's got to find a way to stay on the field to save their defense, who has done a good job of holding them to those 3 field goals. But when you look at the game, Andy Dalton, 22 times he's dropped back, no sacks. He's only been hurried a couple times. And on the other side, just watching here, the Miami Dolphins cannot get away from the defensive backs of the Cincinnati Bengals. To me, that's the story.
Here are the first half numbers for you to crunch. And what else stands out here? How about 3 first downs for the Dolphins?
Well, that hurts. You know, we talked about it, too, in the game, right? That the Miami Dolphins defense has been on the field over 80 plays a couple games this year. They're on their way again tonight.
Let's go down to Tracy.
Well, Jim, you just showed the stats, and Adam Gase looked at me coming out of half, and he said, I don't even need to know those stats. I know that we're playing poorly. We're just making mistakes. He said, we are just all over the place. We got to get something going. He talked about A.J. Green. He said, we're playing him as tight as we can. If our offense could just stay on the ball, that will take care of things. Guys?
Well, he complained to us, Tracy. That was a good thing. I think his biggest complaint to us last night was the mental mistakes, like guys running the wrong route, things like that going wrong. Got to stop it.
Tonight's Next Gen Stats presented by Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing. Miami will receive the third quarter kick after deferring at the top. Such a strange first half, though. That offense only out there for 19 plays, and you got a guy like Jarvis Landry who only got his hands on the football once. Their first play of the game went for 7 yards to Landry, but never saw it again. Devontae Parker, who's looked good the last couple of weeks, was not even targeted in that first half. And then Kenyon Drake, the running back, the rookie who started last week and ran hard, he did not see any action on offense, just special teams. That's Grant taking a knee, and Tannehill comes out. First half numbers 3 out of 9. 83 yards. But he has been, in the second half, a completely different player.
Well, you know, a couple things. He had that big second half against the New England Patriots, and so you got to be careful with the numbers because they were behind big, and he added up some big numbers against the soft defense, and so, hey, I think Adam Gase, I think you talked about Kenyon Drake. You make a mental mistake, He'll sit you on the bench.
Which he did, thinking about bringing the football out of the end zone on that kick. And he was replaced on the kickoff return duties by Damian Williams after that. Here's play action. Tannehill able to avoid the sack, and he finds Landry, but incomplete. He was not in bounds. That was Dunlap who had Tannehill under pressure. Of course, this is not anything he's unaccustomed to, particularly early in his career. He hit the ground a lot.
Under pressure since 2012.
That's when he came into the league in 2012 after being the 8th overall pick.
Yeah, listen, a lot of things. The offensive line's not been that good. He has to get rid of the football more. And also, he's in his 3rd offense in 5 years.
Yep. Here they get the ball into the hands of Landry. Yeah, this idea, though, that by now the maturation of a quarterback should be going a certain direction, and you're coming in learning new systems every year or every other year.
So there's just like Andy Dalton. He's been in the league now. What's this year? Going into year 6. He's basically been in the same offense the whole time, so he can make the play calls and checks so easy. Here you look at Ryan Tannehill. He's learning a completely new system, very complicated, and doing it on the run. This is tough.
Miami has not converted on 3rd down tonight. 0 for 5. This is 3rd and 5, and there's their first conversion. Ajayi with the catch.
Ajayi's having a good night. Comes out of the backfield. Always a good matchup. Maluga gets a little rubbed on the inside. Could not get out there quick enough. He wants a flag thrown, but...
Quick dart back to the inside. He's got a gain of about 3. Well, this is to back up your point a moment ago. Since 2003, when Marvin became the head coach here in Cincinnati, he's the only coach for the Bengals since 2003 versus 9 during that same span in Miami.
So Marvin Lewis has been drafting his kind of players the whole time he's here, and that's why they've been to the playoffs so many times. I know they haven't had success, but think about that. 9 different coaches, all the different philosophies, all the different ways you draft. How can you get a good football team until you get stability?
2nd and 7. Tannehill. Landry again. Butts heads there with Sean Williams. That was a dangerous looking hit.
Good pass protection.
And Landry didn't appreciate it.
Well, he's a runner, so nothing illegal there. Williams went down, tried to get lower than Jarvis Landry. Tough to do in a situation like that.
First down. Tannehill lobs it over the top. That's Pete with the screen, brought down at the 35. So Tannehill gets 3 completions in the first half, and now he's got 4 alone on this drive to open up the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, really good job. I can't say enough. And then I don't know what we were thinking. It could be just a catastrophe for the Miami offensive line, but Laramie Tunsil, the left tackle, he's doing a good job there tonight. Been left guard the first couple games, now playing left tackle. Solid performance.
2nd and 4. Pete hold on with 2 hands and driven back. Will Clark, as well as Maluga, and a loss of 1.
Maluga ruined the running play. Then Will Clark, 93, comes down the line of scrimmage. Boy, look at Maluga, just gets in there so quick. And then Will Clark, another player, a rotation defensive end, gives this Bengals defensive front some depth. Had a couple sacks this year. Good tackle on the run that time.
3rd-year player out of West Virginia, Will Clark. Yes, he's made some plays, including that last one for a loss. So it's a 3rd and 5. Timeout called from the far sideline. Gaze didn't like what he saw. And he got the timeout just in time. Thursday Thursday Night Football is brought to you by the Netflix original series, Marvel's Luke Cage. Watch all episodes September 30th only on Netflix. And delivered by Papa John's. 2 medium, 2 topping pizzas, just $6.99 each. Jack Brennan, the wonderful PR director for the Bengals. He's retiring next spring after 23 seasons here. Former sports writer here in town for the Cincinnati Post and covered a lot of great things, including the Reds back in his day, but he's been a great ambassador for this Bengals organization.
Gets it done, boy. We put the pressure on him. We always ask him for favors, and he never complains.
We're going to miss him.
We will.
Wish him all the very best. This is the 8th play of this first drive of the second half.
I think Adam Gase realized what a big play this was a little uncomfortable, and used that timeout to make sure they had the right play called to keep this drive going.
Tannehill in trouble and taken down. Geno Atkins and Michael Johnson.
Well, they got a double team going on one side, but nobody's double teaming Geno Atkins. Watch this move to the inside. Boom. Boy, Turner had to know or think that he might have had some help to the outside, but sometimes the physical ability, the guy across from you is just so great, you can't overcome it.
Second sack of the night by the Bengals, and it takes Miami out of field goal range. Albeit it would have been a long attempt. Would have been like 54, 55 yards for Frank. Now forced to punt. And a fair catch by Erickson at the 11. Cincinnati's first drive of the second half is coming up with a 16-7 lead.
I will follow you wherever you may go. There isn't an ocean too deep, a mountain so high it can keep me away from my love. You are my destiny.
Work for a living. You want a van that does the same. Mercedes-Benz vans. From the full-size Sprinter to the mid-size Metris. These are vans for professionals. Strictly professionals.
We're good.
Mercedes-Benz vans, featuring the worker vans, starting at $25,995. Mercedes-Benz vans born to run.
It's 4th down, 4 seconds left. Amazing catch.
Get out and play for 60 minutes a day, every day.
That was the first time tonight, Phil, that Miami had any kind of rhythm going on offense, but then it stalled, broken down with the sack by Atkins and Johnson.
Yeah, tough for an offensive line to work together and to be coordinated in some of those situations like we just saw with that sack with Geno Atkins when it's been shuffled around so much.
Jeremy Hill, the running back, 11 carries in that first half for 30. That's Sue breaking across the line with flags.
Encroachment. Defense number 93. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Let's take a look at some next-gen stats presented by Mercedes-Benz.
Well, get the football to A.J. Green. He's really a right-side catcher most of the time, but tonight they've done different targets to him, starting from the left, taking him to the right, and usually, read those numbers, weeks 1 to 3, 23 times to the right, 17 to the left. Here tonight, they found more ways to get it to him, and that's what you want to do.
Here's Hill. First and 5 carry, picks up 1. So Miami's had a hard time stopping the run. They've been gashed through the first 3 weeks, but so far tonight, you add it up, and it's 19 carries for 43 yards. 19 for 43.
Yep, that's really a good adjustment by them.
Of course, as they've been emphasizing stopping the run, they've been burned in the passing game.
Well, sometimes if you want to stop the run, you got to crowd the line of scrimmage, and you got to put the pressure on your secondary, and we've just seen some good plays.
2nd and 4, and it almost looked like a horse collar there as Hewitt, and there comes the flag. And it may have hurt Hill. Yeah, he's hobbling to the sideline. Neville Hewitt was the culprit.
Personal foul, horse collar tackle. Defense number 46. 15-yard penalty for the end of the run. Automatic first down.
That's a good call. Hewitt's going to jump outside. Grabs the jersey, pulls him down from behind. It doesn't have to be in the collar. If you grab it up here this high around the numbers, that's a horse collar.
Luckily for Hill, he did not have a leg planted at that time. 1st and 10. Down the field they go. Looking for Green, and he makes the basket catch inside the 20.
Well, they kind of lull you to sleep with short crossers, hitch routes, screens to the outside. And this is the Cincinnati offense at its finest when it comes in the pass game. This is just a quick move at the line of scrimmage. And look at A.J. Green open up.
How about another 43 yards, Phil? His 2nd catch of plus 40 for tonight.
And there he was on the left-hand side. If you looked at, like I watched some of his catches from last year, there was so much to the right instead of the left, and A.J. Green having a better night than the whole Miami team.
On 9 catches, 166. And Bernard stuffed at the line. Maybe give him a yard. Tuesday at 8 on NFL Network. Follow the journey of NFL hopefuls, including Dolphins receiver Jakeem Grant, laying it all on the line for a lifelong dream. That's undrafted, all new, Tuesday at 8, only on NFL Network.
Well, the Dolphins talk about having such a hard time getting off the field on 3rd down, and that's about coverage. And that's been a rough spot for him all year long.
Second and 9. Down to the 2. Thomas able to stop him short. Got a flag.
Illegal use of hands. Hands in the face. Defense number 93. Penalties decline. Result of the play. First down.
And the result of that play, a gain of 13.
Well, just impossible. Kiko Alonso, here he is. He's got to cover Giovanni Bernard coming out of the backfield. Look at the space and watch how fast he makes the move.
Bernard's 3rd catch of the evening, and they're set up just outside the 2, and Hill has returned to the lineup. He'll get the handle. Hill off that left side, may be able to pick up a half yard. That's it. Miami says he coughed it up. Alonso has the football, but
Alonso in there. Donald Butler, 56.
Right. So no one's debating that. It's Cincinnati's 2nd and goal to go. And they line up back in the eye again with Hewitt, the fullback, ready to lead the way. they call on Hill. Which they do. It's Hill. And Miami this time busts across, including Donald Butler, and they set him back a couple.
Boy, I tell you, just no push that time by the Bengals offensive line, and Donald Butler in there tonight. In his first start of the year, saw an opening and took advantage of it.
So Cincinnati's finished off only one drive tonight. They've called on Nugent 3 times. Third and goal from the 4, and Dalton incomplete. That was headed toward Tyler Boyd. Bobby McCain on the coverage may have gotten a hand on it.
Well, that was a really good job by McCain. Had to fight his way through traffic across the field. He just
barely grazed it, which threw the pass off enough for Boyd.
Well, you know, the fans are unhappy, but you got to kick the field goal here. Easy decision for Marvin Lewis.
Yep, 22 yards. He's already had one from 22, 2 from longer range, and the chip shot good. Nugent 4 for 4. Bengals 19-7. Bud Light asks, is there a comeback brewing? Vote now at NFL.com/Bud Light. Cincinnati on the season, Phil, 13 trips in the red zone. Only 4 out of 13 trips resulting in touchdowns.
Yep, they were complaining about it to us for 2 days. And they're going to be complaining about it no matter what happens, win or lose, after the game.
You saw Gase whispering in the ear of his quarterback. He's the quarterback whisperer. Some of the great things he's been able to accomplish, whether it was from the Tebow days to Peyton Manning to last year Jay Cutler. Well, the world of golf, really the entire sports world, been mourning the loss these last 4 days of the King. Arnold Palmer passed away Sunday night. One of the great gentlemen of all time, and as kind a superstar as you could ever know. Arnold Palmer, the greatest. Six minutes to go, third quarter. Spending the evening tonight here with Bill Sims, Tracy Wolfson and Jay Feely, Jim Nance and the crew on hand. Miami unable to muster much on offense.
Got to keep balance because the offensive line reshuffled. Just can't throw it every single down. Expect them to hold up against guys like Geno Atkins and Carlos Dunlap.
Here's a handoff and a wiggle and a gain of 3. First carry of the night for Kenyon Drake. Again, he started last week against the Browns and had 9 carries for 37 yards.
I guess they finally let him out of the corner, you know, and said, okay, you can get back in there.
Yeah.
You probably had to do that every once in a while.
It's cool.
Michael, stand in the corner.
I think you were the troublemaker, my man.
No. Hey, teacher's pet.
Hey, I want to send you to the corner in a lot of these production games. I'll let you go. Second down and 7. And again, Tannehill runs into a storm. Carlos Dunlap.
Here we go, outside. Carlos Dunlap gets there. Pat Sims.
Pecco.
But boy, what a good move. Almost like a double team. Couldn't tell whose responsibility it was. Bushrod trying to come out and help Juwan James. But Carlos Dunlap, Geno Atkins, a lot of plays they've made tonight. So the other guys, Domata Pecco, Pat Sims on that last play.
Yep, Pecco's made a number of plays. Batted down a ball. You saw Pouncey, their center, still out with the hip injury. And they wrap him up on third down. First catch of the night for Parker. Goes for 6.
That drive illustrated everything, though, didn't it? You know, they just have no chance of making up any negative plays or anything bad. And it was an obvious, not obvious, but felt like a passing situation on second down, and a lot of leaks coming through there at Ryan Tannehill.
So Dart punting for the 6th time. Rookie out of the University of Tennessee. Accustomed to wearing orange uniforms. He's got just a great leg. Back to the 17. It's Erickson. Rookie from Wisconsin who scored 3 touchdowns in the preseason, including an 80-yard punt return. Took that 57-yard punt back 8 yards. The Bengals have the ball and the lead, 19-7. Local Lexus dealer and the pursuit of perfection. As you look at the Cincinnati Observatory, established all the way back actually in 1842. And quite a sight here tonight.
Yeah,
packed house, beautiful evening, and it's been all Bengals except for one play.
Well, the Miami defense going to keep hanging in there.
Jeremy Hill takes it out to about the 29. His 16th carry of the night for 41 yards.
Well, I know one thing. I thought for sure tonight, when we see these 4 field goals that Cincinnati has kicked, and why are they having so much trouble getting down there and not scoring? Yeah, they missed Tyler Eifert, no question about that, but they're not running the football the way they want to, and it's evident here again tonight. So when you don't run it, it's hard to be deceptive and get those easy touchdowns once you get inside the 20.
7, they're coming after Dalton, and he had to get rid of it quickly in a hurry.
That's who it was.
Yeah, Rashid Jones was.
God Jones is everywhere. I mean, he made the tackle last. He's up there. He just, when you watch them play, he just constantly is around the football, making the quarterback get rid of it. Great tackler in the open field. This back group, they struggle. What would they do without him?
Pro Bowler in the past. And there's Bernard taking that slot between the center and the guard.
Stacked A.J. Green.
Again, here they come, and this time, for the first time, they get to Dalton. Bobby McCain blitzes from the secondary and throws him back for a 12-yard loss.
Well, that was good disguise. It looked like they were going to blitz to Andy Dalton's left, and McCain comes from the right side, and it was too late by the time Andy Dalton saw it. So Vance Joseph got to be pretty happy with a lot of things his defense is doing and just keeping the football team in it, keeping them in the game.
Sack could certainly help change field position, and now Jarvis Landry is waiting for the punt near his own 40. There's a flag down. They may have run into the punter. Well, Landry's return is all for naught. There's a flag back at the 6.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense 78. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Well, that's a big one.
Darren Rizzi, special teams coach for the Miami Dolphins.
Really, now you see why the coach is just absolutely hasn't blinked. Looking at Terrence Fede.
Well, not only is it a bad play, it's a game changer. That was going to be good field position, a chance.
Then Fede realized he's supposed to be back out there. And he goes and tries to explain it to the head coach.
Yeah, good luck. I think he's heard that excuse before, whatever he told him.
That nice move. Hill, best run of the night. Jones shoves him to the sideline. Picks up 19.
Yeah, really good. Jeremy Hill going forward. Nobody gets the outside. Jason Jones to the inside. Got the extra blocker in there that time.
LaFell.
Jake Fisher.
Look at LaFell. Well, he's got a hold of the jersey.
One thing, you always got to be alert.
Let's go, get set.
Almost rush tonight, but you got to be alert. The Cincinnati Bengals always bring in extra linemen, try to overload and get runs like we just saw.
Hill had 30 yards on the ground in the first half, 30 here in the third quarter.
Defense number 97. Still first down.
And Tracy, let's go down to you.
Well, Jim, Bengals running backs coach Kyle Caskey told me he loves what he's seen from Jeremy Hill. He has so much confidence, and a lot stems from the offseason work he put in after that big fumble. They really worked on ball security. Caskey also moved from the booth to the field, which has certainly helped as well. He said there is much more confidence in him. Right now, he's running more north and south rather than east and west, Jim.
All right, Tracy, looks like Miami's on its heels after that penalty on today. Now they make a stop. Jason Jones on the tackle.
Well, Ndamukong Suh.
We have a Bengals player down.
Help stop that run.
There's Clint Bowling, slow to get up. They're working on left guard Clint Bowling's shoulder.
Watch him, number 65, Jordan Phillips, out the bottom of your screen. He trips and falls, and Jordan Phillips just gives it the old, gives him every ounce of his weight right on top of him.
320 pounds of mass landing on you in an awkward position.
Can't do that to a quarterback, but you're allowed to do it to an offensive lineman. So, yeah, Bowling just got unlucky, got caught, tripped, got off balance, and couldn't protect himself. Now
they put Fisher in at left guard.
Yep.
Fisher, who's played tackle even last year, had a couple of passes thrown to him. An eligible receiver. Here's a 2nd and 5. Throw down the field. Grabs it by the fingertips for another big gainer.
Yep, they were going. That's what they like. We saw this week 1 against the New York Jets, Jim. Almost the same play. And he's going to come across the field. They're running A.J. Green deep. LaFell comes all the way across the field. And it's good coverage. And, boy, what a job by Andy Dalton.
Great throw. Super throw by Andy Dalton right here.
But watch how he backs up, stays back, stays on his back foot. Oh, you can't throw off your back foot. That's a big myth.
He sidearmed it to get it around.
That's what he had to do. That's how you create the force. Great job by Andy Dalton. You see the baseball player in him on throws like that.
Snap got away from him, and he just takes the loss back at the 34. He's going to lose 14 to close out the third quarter. And again, they get to the 20, they get to the red zone.
They get nervous.
Things start breaking down. 19-7 Bengals after 3. We'll return after this message and a word from your local station. Week 4 continues Sunday morning, live from London at a special time, 9:30 a.m. Eastern on CBS. And then check local listings for other games in your area.
Yeah, I'm just a little upset about that 9:30 game. I was thinking of sleeping in on Sunday, so, I'm not going to miss that.
How late were you planning on sleeping?
Well, I like to read the papers and all that. And
hey, for those of us in California, we'll be up at 6:30 watching. We won't be complaining.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to call you.
Please do.
Okay. I can't wait to hear that.
Live from Wembley, 9:30. Indianapolis and Jacksonville. We got another 5 going against the Bengals to open up the fourth quarter.
False start. Offense number 68. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
And by the way, Clint Bowling is back out for the Bengals at left guard. they got to the 20.
This is a screen run. He's going to throw the screen.
Up to LaFell. Miami wise to it. And Alonso rides him down. Ndamukong Suh. What does his night look like? Take a look.
Well, it looks like 2 blockers on him that time. This is going to be a common theme here. Well, that gets buried with a little help, but Bodine, pretty good job there one-on-one. Adam Gase had high praise for him. And I'll just say this, and he plays so many plays for a big man. He played 60-some plays or more last week. And he ran, I think, 80 defensive plays. Stays out there a lot. That's a high number for any lineman in this league.
3rd and 26, and that completion will help the case of Mike Nugent, who will come out for the 5th time. That's Green with his 10th catch of the evening.
Saw 2 calls by Ken Zambezi. One, the screen outside, and that short pass just for that reason, to get him in field goal range.
Yep, Nugent looking to go 5 for 5. He's made 2 from outside 40 and 2 from 22. This is going to be 47 yards. That's the distance that he successfully kicked against the Jets the opening game with 58 seconds to go to give them the win. And again from 47, Nugent. 5 for 5. Bidays, Ruffy the kicker, helped the cause for Cincinnati this time. Thursday Night Football is brought to you by Tostitos Chips and Dips. Bring the party. And by T-Mobile. Ditch your carrier and switch to the uncarrier. Bill, I know you knew this, but the American Sign Museum is here in Cincinnati. You know, I wonder what the sign to get you to come in looks like outside. That's got to be the all-time sign to try to hook you to come inside. But we have not seen a touchdown in 35 minutes of game action.
Well, Dave Feely loves these kind of games. He loves all this field goal kicking.
We had a lot of games like this tonight. That's Grant. And again, he only is able to squirm to about the 17.
In end zone, don't come out.
8 possessions for Miami.
6 punts, 5 first downs. Personal foul against the punter. That was a big one. Changed field position. Gave the Bengals 3 more points tonight so far. A couple things. Just the mental errors and the bad plays, stupid plays by Miami has really hurt their football team. And now we have Cincinnati with a lead. They can let the pass rushers go.
You saw Poling go to the locker room for a loss of 1. And the one that kept the drive going, Mitch just mentioned today, inexplicably shoving Huber to the ground and into the back of his own teammate.
Just think of the field position they gave up. They gave up time on the clock. Their defense was out there again, got worn out, and they gave up 3 points.
And 11. And that's Williams. As Iloka comes in to assist on Shaw. And I think he... Iloka may have knocked out his own teammate. This is a secondary already without Drake Kirkpatrick tonight. Inactive because of a hamstring. Here comes Iloka in, and he rams into the helmet of his teammate.
He missed Williams and hit his own guy.
Shaw just now getting to his feet. Hit by some friendly fire from his safety, George Iloka. comes over and taps him. So sorry about that.
Well, the secondary was down. You talked about Drake Kirkpatrick not out there, but this Bengals team, man, they know how to pick secondary people. I know that. They draft them. They groom them. They don't necessarily get on the field right away when you're a first-round draft pick. We've seen that with Dennard and Drake Kirkpatrick.
Miami only 1 out of 8 on 3rd down tonight. Tannehill, though, has hit his last 7 passes. Nothing with any sizable gains in that stretch. And this one is, again, batted away by Dunlap.
Yeah, the pocket just gets collapsed right away. Really nowhere to go. And Carlos Dunlap, probably just the left end, going over the right tackle. James.
Boy, if he didn't block it, Marcus Hunt might have gotten it.
Hunt's in there too. So Bengal defense, especially Atkins, Dunlap, all those guys, pretty excited that they are playing from a lead where they can just go after the quarterback.
I mistakenly said earlier that Dar was a rookie. It's his second-year punter. This one, 35, not his best punt. Showing that strong leg. Showing it off a number of times tonight. Still 44 yards of travel. He spoiled us. When you talk about epic games in Cincinnati, you think about the Freezer Bowl. One of the most memorable games in NFL history. The 81 AFC title game. Temperature was -9. Dick Enberg was there with Merlin Olsen calling the game. Wind chill, -38. Bengals defeated the Chargers. You know, this is a sad week in the sports broadcasting world. We're going to say goodbye to Dick Enberg, who's retiring, finishing up his last broadcast with the Padres this weekend. Vince Scully with the Dodgers, 2 legends. But Dick, an old colleague of ours, and influenced so many people that work in this game here tonight. We wish both Dick and Vin the very best wishes. Setting an incredible standard.
Yep, had a chance to work with him for 3 years. My first year in the booth was with Dick Enberg and Paul McGuire. So, hey, what can I say about how do you think that year was for him? But it was a lot of fun.
You did a Super Bowl together.
We did 2.
2.
We did 2 in 3 years.
Take Shaw in for further examination. Vince Scully was an old CBS football commentator for a long time, too. Here's 2nd and 8. And now Miami gets into the business of batting them down. And that was Jones, I believe, who got it.
Yep, it was Rashad Jones. Once again, when he creeps around the line of scrimmage, look out. Here he comes, times it perfectly. Knows he's going to be blocked, does the right thing, goes up, knocks it down. Had a really good game tonight. Had 4 good games this year. That's why I went to the Pro Bowl last year.
Yep. Third and 8. It's Boyd. Oh, look at the rookie from Pitt go. They had him stopped and would have forced a punt, and he broke through a couple of tackles. That's his first catch.
Big first down for the Bengals, and you got to know the situation. They're going to throw it short. They're a great screen throwing team, and you miss the tackles inside. And Jones not able to get him down fast enough before he gets the first down. They're going to play it safe. They want to run the football. If they throw it, it's going to be short.
And Jones again on the tackle near another first. Sunday, wake up for football as the Colts take on Jacksonville from Wembley Stadium. Live from London, Colts and Jags at a special time Sunday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern, live on CBS. We did the Wembley game 4 different times. I cherish those times over there in London.
A lot of fun. Fans were great. And just talking football to all the people over there was pretty cool.
2nd and 1. And Hill
downs. That's a 60-second play run by the Bengals tonight. Miami has run 33.
Give him no gain. And marked him, looks like short of the first. That's quite a disparity.
Yep, it's just a big problem that they got to fix. And, you know, it's not just, the defense can't stop them. You know, the defense can't stop them sometimes because they're tired, because the offense is not staying on the field to help them out.
Well, again, Miami outside of the second play. The long touchdown heave to Stills. 84 yards the rest of the night. Dalton loses the handle, but able to recover it.
They got lucky that time.
Andre Branch.
I saw this in practice, doing a speed option off the outside defender. That was going to be Butler, but he couldn't get there because Branch beat his man inside so fast.
Well, it's certainly felt like it's a blowout most of the night, but it's not. It's still
two scores.
Still two-score game with 8:45 to go. Clark Harris to snap it back. Huber to punt. The group of specialists for the Bengals been together a long time. Their catch. Landry makes it at the 7. Is there a spark? Is there something new that Miami's going to show? And they finally get something going. Well, the Bengals win the vote. Bud Light beer with your team on it.
All right, Marvin Lewis knows it. His team's dominated tonight, but he looks up there and still knows. They gave up one big pass play tonight. Big question is, can they block the Cincinnati D-line here in this obvious passing situation?
From the goal line, Tannehill throws underneath to Sims. And he's near a first, and we're going to head back down to the field to Tracy.
Well, Jim, left guard Clint Bowling in the locker room still with a shoulder injury. He is not expected to return. As for cornerback Josh Shaw, he just came out of the locker room. He was being evaluated for a neck stinger. They're still evaluating him out on the field. It looks like he's having trouble with that left hand from the stinger. His return is questionable, Jim.
Thank you, Tracy. And Pede picks up a first down with that rush. But we'll check the marker.
74. After the goal, Pete, second down.
Penalty on Bushrod.
On Bushrod, yep. They're trying to double team Carlos Dunlap to make sure he doesn't get to the quarterback. 74 Bushrod. That's a good call. He had the jersey of Geno Atkins, who could not spin away to make the tackle. But, just tonight, in this situation, we're finally seeing, I know it's against a makeshift offensive line, but situations where Atkins and Dunlap, if you leave them one-on-one, they're going to make plays.
Here's the 2nd and 10. Pressure, and Tannehill fights to get back to the line of scrimmage. That was Will Clark who rode with him.
Well, you got Will Clark. Here he comes from the outside, and you're going to block him with a tight end, and then it's just too late for Laramie Tunsil to get out there, so the coordination is not good. You got to do it together, one inside, one outside.
It goes as a sack since it went for no gain. Clark, again, off to a good start this season.
Yeah,
Fourth sack.
Plays both sides. What a relief man.
Fourth sack for Cincinnati, that is. 3rd down. 3rd and 9. Tannehill's pass on the mark. And look at Landry. Look at him weaving and getting past a couple of players and all the way out to the 35. Dunlap comes all the way back to finish it off, but not until Landry picked up 25 with the second best play of the night for Miami.
Yeah, boy, what a good job. Landry looked inside and looked in it, and it fooled Denard. So he went with inside. Landry cut out. This is what we started the game with tonight, talking about the fact that he catches passes, gets a lot of yards after the catch. One of the best in the NFL.
First down throw, and there's Parker. Cuts back to the center, gets near the 50. He broke away from Perfect and picks up 15 with his second catch.
Devontae Parker, nice delay coming underneath from the outside. Adam Gase says, boy, when he really gets completely healthy and lets it go, loves but he's going to have the talent to be a big-time receiver.
They've gotten out of a jam, got to the 50, and they run it here with Drake. They've got another 11. All right, something's happening here for Miami.
Yeah, here they go. Good. Got to give Tannehill a lot of credit, boy. He's been under pressure, and he hangs in there, and just hanging in there and making that throw to Jarvis Landry was pretty good stuff.
Cincinnati secondary without Sean Williams. He was dinged a couple of plays ago. Deron Smith in at safety. 31. From the 39 of the Bengals. And intercepted. That's Chris Lewis Harris. Flags on the field. Second turnover of the night committed by Miami.
Ryan Tannehill saw him. Here's Chris Lewis Harris. He sees him. He just means to throw it over the top and doesn't do it. Chris Lewis Harris.
Interception during the return. Holding. Intercepting team number 9. 10-yard penalty. Cincinnati ball. First down.
He feels better now, Jim, because last week he gave up a big play. That interception makes you feel a lot better.
Making it to the NFL is about putting it all on the line.
I do realize the odds, but I'm going to rewrite history.
Follow Jakeem Grant's journey to making the Dolphins undrafted. Tuesday at 8, only on NFL Network.
Well, every coach is going to try to find something to go back to his team and say, we got to get better. And in Marvin Lewis's case, 10 possessions, 1 touchdown today.
Yep. Moving the ball well. You know, I think they're just the big concern with this veteran offensive line that we've talked so much about. And it's strong, but, 27th in the NFL in rushing the football coming in tonight's game. And tonight they haven't done anything special either.
Boy, meanwhile, Adam Gase dealing with all kinds of adversity here at the start of his first season.
Yep.
Tough schedule, the league giving him games at Seattle, at New England to begin with. The injuries, and now 4:53 to go. In danger of dropping to 1 and 3. As Bernard gets the handoff for 2. And again, Thursday Night Football next week will be in Santa Clara. That is for Arizona and San Francisco. A little NFC West clash. We'll have it for you on CBS, NFL Network, and Twitter.
It'll be the first time we have done a game where Chip Kelly's the head coach.
That's right.
Yes. So.
And we'll be back at Levi Stadium for the first time since February 7th when we got
There you go.
The honor of broadcasting Super Bowl 50.
I think the last time I saw Chip Kelly was he was the offensive coordinator at New Hampshire.
2nd and 8. And Bernard. Sue now getting a little angry, pushing back. Zeitler. Brandon LaFell. Well, we'll get back to that in a moment. We've got a timeout on the field. 3rd down coming up.
The guy was a legend on the field.
He poured everything he had into this game.
You gotta wonder what he's doing on game day now.
Guys, cupcakes are ready.
Ooh, cupcakes?
Better game days call for better pizza.
Now get 2 medium, 2-topping pizzas for just $6.99 each. Try our new cinnamon pull-aparts for just $6.
Better ingredients.
Better pizza.
Papa John's.
Coming out of a Dolphins timeout with 4 minutes remaining. Miami, I was talking about the difficult schedule, will actually go home for the next 4 games. A 4-game homestand, even with an extra week in there in between with a bye. They will not hit the road again until mid-November. Be home the entire month of October and almost halfway through November. And movement on the left side with Fisher.
Offense number 74. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
So you got the mini bye coming off the Thursday night appearance. Coach Gase can go back. Hopefully for his case, he can get some of these injured players back. And then it's a homestand that goes all the way till November 13th when they travel to San Diego and back that up with a game at L.A. against the Rams. They're going to stay out west for an extra week. They're in between the weeks. But, you look at present the case here that this is where you make or break your season.
Well, no doubt.
Homestand.
Hey, look, a lot to correct. First-year coach, new systems on offense and defense. This little mini break will give them a chance to catch their breath and see if they can correct a lot of the mistakes they've made here in the first 4 games.
Bernard on the sweep. Tackle down inside the lines and brought down by Hewitt, and Miami takes its last timeout. Timeout Dolphins. Going to get the football back in a moment. 3:53 remaining here in the Queen City of Cincinnati. And the Bengals trying to even their record at 2-2. They will be playing next at Dallas on October 9th. Which will be broadcasting in the national doubleheader window on CBS. There's Hubert. Grant. And he's wrestled down at the 25.
Well,
tackled by Flowers.
What can Adam Gase tell his team? Fumble. Carlos Dunlap today gave up field position and a field goal. And, of course, the interception by Tannehill at the end. But the penalties, 7 third down conversions, 2 of 10.
You've been a big Adam Gase fan for a long time.
Well, we've covered many, many games that he's done, and we were there with different quarterbacks out in Denver where he did well with. Had a good year with Jake Cutler last year.
And Tannehill is decked for the 5th time. Not sure exactly how that ended up with Tannehill on the ground.
74 watching. Geno Atkins coming around and just pushes him right back.
Right through his own player.
Yep,
through Bushrod. We'll give a half a sack to Bushrod.
Well, listen, tough spot. We talked about it from the beginning.
Hey, Ringo, 5-5.
They had to manage this game to take the pressure off their offensive line, and it's kind of worked out that way because of all the field goals by the Bengals.
17, and they hold Landry to a gain of about 2.
But can't hide that offensive line now with these obvious passes. Passing situations, I should say. And the Bengals did a great thing tonight, too. I thought it was very smart, Jim. They knew this offensive line. They saw what it was and everything, so they took no chances on the defensive side. They just let their 4 big guys inside pressure the quarterback and cause it to be bad on 3rd down.
Here's a 3rd down throw, and Landry is still 4 yards short of the first.
And they're going to go for it here, of course.
If they are, they should show a little bit more energy here and get to the line.
Yeah. I mean, they worked on this hurry-up offense in preseason. It looked great against the Atlanta Falcons.
They're not going to get another playoff.
They couldn't have got it off anyway.
I think if they would have shown just a little bit more bounce, who knows? But 2-minute warning, 4th down coming up. Thursday Night Football is brought to you by Verizon. Join a better network because better matters. And by Castrol Edge with fluid titanium technology. Roebling suspension spans the Ohio River between Cincinnati and Kentucky. We're just right off the river here at Paul Brown Stadium. And the Mazda post-game show is coming up immediately after the game. All the analysis headed your way, and a word with A.J. Green, who had a huge first half. 10 catches tonight, 173 yards, and a touchdown. So 4th and 5 coming out of the 2-minute warning.
I can't imagine they would blitz in this situation and take a chance of giving up a big play. They got to pull out.
Here's Tannehill. Pressure from behind, and he is unable to connect with Landry. Should have had the catch that time. And that'll do it.
That'll do it. You know, just to talk about this offensive line, it was put together. 4 rushers, they faked the blitz. Look at that, weeks 1 to 3. 22% of the time, the Bengals defense blitz. Tonight, only 5% of the time. And those 4 down linemen, they knew they had some matchups they liked. Boy, look at this.
Noah's got him right there on 4th down. But, hey, they blitz 5% of the time, yet they sacked Tannehill 5 times.
Yep.
Tannehill had been only sacked 1 time in weeks 2 and 3, but 5 tonight. Here's what Cincinnati has coming up. At Dallas a week from Sunday. And then on to New England. Before home games against Cleveland and Washington. And you look at that division that the Bengals are in. You already got the Ravens off to a fast start, 3-0.
Yep.
Pittsburgh at 2-1 with a win over Cincinnati.
You know, do we talk about this like, well, last year was a rough year for Baltimore, but for so many years, those 3.
Meanwhile, over in the AFC East, there was all this talk about the rest of the division be able to perhaps get the early edge on New England with Brady out the first 4 weeks. Well, through 3 weeks, Patriots had a 2-game lead over everyone. And will host Buffalo come Sunday.
Yep.
Again, the Mazda post-game show is coming up in just a short while here. The final seconds going by, and all the analysis you'll hear. Rich Eisen and the crew will be on hand, and A.J. Green will be joining them for his thoughts on this game. We did not have a touchdown, folks, after the first quarter tonight.
Well, the Cincinnati Bengals took advantage of a remade offensive line. That's probably the biggest reason why they won the game tonight. They controlled the clock, the tempo of the game. You know, it wasn't a sharp performance by the Bengals, but it's evident when you watch them. They're a good football team.
Well, we had over the last 3 quarters, we had 4 field goals to talk about. You like those games? Often said.
No, I like it when they're close. Yes, like, you know,
this was ugly.
7-3 gets down. I like to see what the coaches do, but that was not the case here tonight. And you just felt like the Miami offense, after that first big play there was never really a threat that they were going to be able to do enough to score enough points to put the pressure on the Bengals, and they didn't.
It's a Cincinnati win, 22-7. Back to 2-2 through 4 weeks. That's the final score here in Cincinnati. Coming up next, the Mazda postgame show. Back with more after this. Great to be with you, folks. For Phil, Tracy, Jay Feely, all the crew. You've been watching Thursday Night Football presented by Bud Light.